Hey, what's up guys? This is Will from Why Not Game, and I figured I'd jump off the Pokemon train real quick and I'd start up a new Let's Play. It's one of my favorite games for the DS. I love this series and it's fun to play, so hopefully I'll be doing the rest of the ones too. But the first one we're going to be doing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So, why don't we get started? The first Turnabout is episode 1. Alright! Gasp. Oh, Jesus. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it! Okay, guy. Whatever you say. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2. Click! Boy, am I nervous! Right! Oh, jeez. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew! I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. That's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Okay, sorry. Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick! You gotta tell me who took my baby away! The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Actually, my name's Will, but that's, yeah. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. I'll explain to you guys. Young woman gets knocked over the head with a big thingy in her apartment. And the guy who's dating her was there. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Haha, get it, puns. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I could say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do! Oh yeah, we are attorneys at law. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. The court is now in session for the trial, Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, sorry, I had to breathe. Okay. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. No! Hands shaking, eyesight fading. Test will contest a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Defendant is Larry Butts. Defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me who the victim's name is. Alright, here. Yeah, we never heard it, but we have this little icon up here. That's our court record. Oh yeah, he's drawing blank right now. Oh, Phoenix! After this, hurry up this! You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim, of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record, as it says. Just touch the court record at any time. Check, okay? Remember, you check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Let's hear the answer. Who is the victim's name? It's not Mayor Faye, it's not Cinderblock. Obviously, it's Cindy Stone, just by your... let's show off the court record. We have the attorney's badge and Sydney's autopsy report. Cause of death due to blood loss. Profiles. We have Mia Faye, which is our boss, Larry Butts, defendant, and Sydney Stone, the victim in the case. She was a model. And this guy, he's Winston Payne, he's the prosecutor. He's a very funny guy. I like him. But anyways, it's Sydney Stone. The victim's name is Sydney Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once with a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we should proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Hold on a second, guys. Be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's get back to this. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Could you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it as evidence. Alright, that is the weapon that was used to kill her, so we have that. Yay, guys. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. This is basically like a tutorial trial, just so you guys know. And guess what? I can go over 10 minutes now, and 15 minutes, and I can go over all of that. Yeah! So we're gonna make this whole episode done this episode. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in the court. That's the court record. To check the court record quickly. Ah! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief? What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Yo! My name's Larry Butts. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey! Watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony!
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She was just taking my phone, wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me.
Ever.
What is it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the other day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it, lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Ah, yes. Alright, so we have the passport. Part of the evidence now. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in the wrong direction. Should I... Oh shit. You guys, you're supposed to stop him. I'm showing you. Yeah, this is not what you were supposed to do. As you can see, that was bad. But it doesn't really matter which one you pick. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oh boy, this is not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Nope.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I stop him from answering. I'll send him a signal.
Why, like a dog.
Oh, well, see, it's like this. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day.
Well, that simplifies the matter. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Oh god. But, what did you get yourself into?
Order in the court.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit.
Oh, bring him to the stand. Wait a second. That's the guy who... No, yeah, that's the guy who did it. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with the testimony. Please, tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing in an apartment. I thought he must have been in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quit and fried and found myself unable to go inside. I had to call the police immediately. However, the phone in our apartment wasn't working.
Now, if you guys noticed right there, that was a big contradiction. He said, I can't go in, I didn't even go inside, but her phone in her apartment was, yeah, there you go, yeah.
I went to a nearby park and found a phone. I remember that time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right there.
Don't ask me why that's his voice, it just is. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones don't function normally. The phone that Mr. Schwat used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Now, we are going to want to look at this, most likely. I actually want to later. Now, Mr. Wright, actually, I want to look at it now. So we're going to look at it. So, it went on from noon to 6 p.m. Okay. That's good. Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor. Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to be doing? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness gave? Lies? What? He was lying? The client is innocent, right? And that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? No! How about he's not? Roll the key it's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions in the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it, rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Push the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Okay, guys, this is the fun part of the game. Now, I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man playing blah blah blah. Probably must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I called and cried and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment was working. Press it. The phone in her apartment was working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh no, I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using it to call. That phone wasn't working correct? What happened next? Okay guys, we're gonna look at something here. Time of death was at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Alright? Now, let's go over here. The time was 1 p.m. This is what you present. You found the body at 1 p.m. You are sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. I almost said autopsy. The autopsy notes at the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. Oh! How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawi, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
That was a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Put it on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart.
Wait! I remember now!
Would you care to give the testimony again? Now we go through it again. We just keep doing this till we break them all the way down. The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Now, here's the fun part of this. I'll be right back. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, guys. You make your last examination of the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. This one isn't as easy, but if you were paying attention, it's pretty easy. Alright, you see when I found the body, I heard the time, there was a voice saying time, it was probably coming from the television. Now guys, remember, there was a blackout, right? So, let's present that. Since it was going on from noon to 6, and it was at 4, that's in between the time. Hold it right there! prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it.
Yeah.
You couldn't have heard a television or a video! I love this music right here. It's gotta be my favorite, like, video game music.
Yo!
Well, Ark. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawhit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite.
Ah! Wait, I remember now, Mr. Sawhit. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
Yeah!
My apologies, Your Honor.
It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawhit. Yeah. Let's hear your testimony one more time, please. So here we go. This is the final revised testimony. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Now, you guys, let's go look at this right now. Hold up a second. Do you guys see any sort of clock on here? No. And how do you even know it's a clock? We don't even know it's a clock. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Alright, guys. Whoopsies. Sorry, you guys saw my background for a second. Hold up, guys. Sorry about the interruption, you guys. Alright, here we go. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to present the statue.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock?
Ah!
You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawhit.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Crane. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with the testimony now? And answer yes. We do have a problem with it. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known it was a clock was to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder!
Yeah, oh yeah, prove that. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard! Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawhit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Please tell me what you can object. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? You strike the victim with the clock.
I never. Look, the clock. I heard no. I mean, I saw. Wah! Shut up! I hate you!
It was him, I tell you, I saw him! He killed her and he should be burned!
Bard! Give him death!
Well, order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Schwat heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clearly, if you simply try sounding the clock is the answer. Let's sound the clock now. Here in the court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it is 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conjugations about the clock? Oh, hold up. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Mr. Payne, can you tell me the time it is now? It is 11:25. As you can see, this clock is actually 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between that what Mr. Schwart heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Shotlet, try to talk your way out of this one.
Yeah! You forgot one thing?
Uh-oh. What's he talking about?
Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow.
It proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder?
If you can't prove that, you can't have the case!
Ah, he's right! How am I gonna prove that?
Damn it! I was so close!
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yeah!
Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let your instant witness forward. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination for Mr. Frank Schwart.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! They treat me like a criminal! A criminal!
You lawyers are all the same. Oh, slime. Grr. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Soffit!
What the fuck?
Chief!
Listen up, Wright.
Don't throw this one away! Not like this! Think!
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right. Can you think of a reason why as the clock could be 3 hours slow? Yes, I can, and I have proof. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that you can prove it. Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Yeah! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off!
Let's see the evidence that proves why. And it's gonna be the passport. Because she came back from Paris. Oops. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As well as we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Well, it's 4 p.m. here and it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Solid. Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh! And he foams to the mouth and dies. And guys, we're gonna cut it off here. I hope you enjoyed this. This is basically the end of the episode, but yeah, I'm Will, so like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, hopefully I have more of these up soon. Alright, bye.